And we continue our team coverage with a story of a man who runs the Boston Marathon every year. He's okay, but he will never forget today. News 8's Nneka Nwosu is also live in Boston for us tonight with his story. Nneka.
Well, Ann, that man is still here in Boston tonight. He is staying in this neighborhood. We are 2 blocks away from the finish line of the Boston Marathon. That is where those 2 bombs went off earlier this afternoon. Here on the scene, you'll still see a number of police cars here and EMS trucks. The bomb squad is here. We've seen the National Guard here as well. Back behind me on Dartmouth and Stewart Street, here in the Back Bay section, you'll see a white tent where a number of the runners and those who were injured were treated immediately after the bombing. That man says he saw it all, he heard it all, but he vows to run this race again. Todd Brown of Rocky Hill runs the Boston Marathon every year.
I used to always love it because it was my day off in the spring. You come up, you run the marathon. That's what spring was all about. And yeah, this tainted it.
He finished Monday's marathon 45 minutes before 2 explosions at the finish line. But there were still Connecticut runners in the race.
We heard the explosion bouncing off the buildings. At first, it's like, what was that, a cannon or a backfire? And no, it just was the wrong sound. It's like, where are they? For an hour, yeah, we're looking. It's like, where are they? Who do we get in touch with?
Eventually, all 50 or so runners he traveled with were accounted for, though the explosion stopped some from getting a medal.
I went to finish the race, and half-mile from it, there was a sea of people. Nobody was going anywhere, confusion everywhere. There was no information because
she and every runner we spoke to vowed to cross the finish line next year. They won't let an act of terrorism tarnish the country's oldest marathon.
Then somebody will say, why didn't God save the other people? I don't know. But there is a reason. But next year I'll be here. I am qualified, and I will be here.
I mean, obviously next year it's going to be changed. There'll probably be metal detectors on Boylston, but there'll be one next year. You have to have it. It's something that you can't kill.
And will you run?
Yes, I will be here next year.
Back live here in Boston, where it is still a very active scene. And Ann, as you mentioned, there were runners today who were raising money for the victims of the Newtown shooting. We're told that they are also okay tonight. Live in Boston, Nneka Nwosu, News 8.